Hello, Internet! I'm Elliot the Purple Doofus, and welcome back to Buddy Reads, where I read a small selection of a book and review it for you. Today we are covering Chapter 12 of Part 2 and Chapter 1 of Part 3 of The Dark Tower by Stephen King. I hope you've read up to that point yourself, because I do not want to ruin anything for you. And if you just happen to come across this for no undiscernible reason, you should really read and catch up on all of the previous books and chapters before listening to this, because I'm about to spoil something for you right now. Chapter 12 just prolongs Eddie's death. It's really gross. Not gross in the fact that there is blood and guts everywhere, but gross in the fact that it just feels wrong. How long Stephen King prolongs this death. For 32 pages, you have Susanna holding Eddie in her lap while he slowly dies. And he gives off his last words to other people in the quartet. Let him die already, Stephen. I know you probably loved him. I loved him too, but let him go. It's better to let him go than to prolong it for this long. It was so draining to read those 32 pages. And the most interesting thing was when Jake came up to him and he said, "Look after Susanna and watch out for Mordred and watch out for Dandelion." And Jake's like, "What the hell is Dandelion? How the hell am I supposed to watch out for something and I don't even know what it is?" And so he asks Roland's friends, and they're like, "I don't know what Dandelion means." Barking up the wrong tree, pal. Sorry. There's illusions that maybe Roland is Dandelion. I don't know. That whole section just really rubbed me the wrong way. I kind of wanted him to be shot and then have them, bury him in that last chapter. But to have him hanging around with his brains hanging out the back of his head, that was gross. That was wrong. That was... no. Ugh, that was uncomfortable in the wrong ways of being uncomfortable. But then we finish Part 2 and we begin Part 3 as Roland and Jake are being pushed through a portal to save Stephen King from getting hit by a van. Stephen King, the character, not Stephen King, the author of this book. And so Roland and Jake are pushed through, and they get to the deli station from the 70s that Roland and Eddie had initially gone through, and Roland holds the deli up for a vehicle so that they can get to the road that Stephen King is walking down as quickly as possible. And they even kidnap a woman from the deli to take them to Stephen King. And she is driving around struggling with this stick shift vehicle because she only knows how to drive an automatic. And at the same time, there is the man that is supposedly supposed to hit Stephen King driving around, and he's just kind of like your basic stoner dude, but he looks exactly like Shimi. And right up to the point before we meet the stoner dude, I'm thinking, oh crap, Roland and Jake are going to be in such a hurry to get to Stephen King that they are accidentally going to hit him, and this is just going to be a looping timeline where they accidentally create their own demise. But I'm hopefully wrong. Jake keeps on sending out these signals to the stoner dude saying, "You have to pee, you have to pee, you have to pee." And the stoner dude's like, "Hey, I kinda have to pee." And so he stops the car and he gets out and he goes to go pee and nothing happens. And he's like, "Why don't I actually pee when I have to go pee? Do I have a prostate issue? I'm too young to have a prostate issue. What's going on?" And so he goes back into the van and he starts driving erratically again. And Roland and Jake get to Stephen King's house where his gardener is, and his gardener just tells him where Stephen King is, not really questioning who Roland is. He could have been anyone. That is a terrible gardener for someone like Stephen King to have, because if that was my gardener, I would fire them on the spot. Stephen King is a widely known person. Anybody could have been going to find Stephen King, and you have a guy with a gun and you just instantly tell him where he is? No. You ask questions. You ask them, "Who are you? Why do you want to know? What are you going to do to the guy who employs me, who pays me?" What? But anyways, the gardener tells him where Stephen King is, and Roland and Jake and the woman that they have kidnapped go and they track down Stephen King. And they see, let's say they're here. And let's say that Stephen's here. Here is a careening blue van that's supposed to hit Stephen King. And they go, beep, and Roland pops out of the van, and that's where the section ends. Hey, I didn't write this book. Stephen King did. Blame him. So we don't know if he actually saves him yet. But he is, like, right there. They're right at the apex. My money's on there saving him, because Susanna, like, when she was holding the dying body of Eddie, she says, you make sure that man finishes his story. Make sure that my Eddie did not die for nothing. And it's kind of like, she does realize that Stephen King is the one that killed him, right? It was Stephen King that wrote his death. She does realize that, right? If you like what I'm doing, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you like this video specifically, go ahead and hit the like button. And go ahead and leave a comment letting me know exactly how you would like your life to be written. I've been Alec the Purple Haired Doofus. This has been Buddy Rees, reminding you to watch your Pajama Radius, and I will see you all in the next section of The Dark Tower by Stephen King. Toodles!